In this video, we are looking at the Historical Courses tab of the School Progress Monitoring dashboard. On this page, we have a list of courses that students have completed within this school historically, going back multiple school years, and they're sorted by course name and by department. This is not student level data, so we can see grades and number of students who failed, fail rates. We can see the gender and race and ethnicity for those students, but we don't have individual students at this level on this page. So I'm going to show you some features of this page. We have a list of the courses, the department that course belongs to, the number of students who have taken that course in the time frame selected, the number of students who failed in that time frame, and then the rate. So that's just the failed students divided by completed. There's also a summary at the bottom of the table that has the totals. So 26,000 students, student courses that were completed, the number of students who failed, and then that fail rate. If we want to select different school years, we can do that through this particular graph by just clicking on the school year. So maybe I just want to see what happened in 2023. That's the 22-23 school year. So that number is the year for the school, the year when the school year ended. And we can see that rate, the number of students who failed, etc. We can also click on the 2024 school year. So that would be first semester of this current year. Today, I am in the 23-24 school year. By the time you watch this video, it may be a different school year, but this would be any closed, completed courses. So as of the time of recording, the school year hasn't ended, so those second semester courses won't be in there. We can open the filter panel and look at, we're in our particular articulation area for our pretend school here. We can select different school years this way. We can select the term. So maybe we want to see how first semester compares to second semester. Are there different fail rates across different semesters? We can select just an individual department. So maybe I only want to look at science classes. And I noticed that those science classes have a 14% fail rate compared to, maybe I'll look at music, and I see that there's only 3% of students who are failing their music classes or who have failed in the past. Sorry about that. We can look at one particular course and just see how that class or a group of classes compares. So maybe I want to look at all of the sixth grade science classes. So I'm going to select the sixth grade science and GT. And yeah, maybe I just want to look at those two. And I only want to see students who have an IEP. We can also filter by race and ethnicity or by gender, or just look at a particular letter grade. So I'm going to actually reset all of this, and I'm going to choose students who have either a 504 or an IEP. So I'm clicking on both of those. So if a student has a 504 or an IEP, then they are included. And I'm going to close that. Now I can see what their distribution of grades is across the years. And depending on the school data, we may have more completed courses in one year than in another. Maybe we have different numbers of students who had IEPs in different years, etc. I want to look at those students with Ds and Fs. So I'm going to note that the distribution of all of those students is 42% white and about 44% Latinx. If I click on, I'm going to hold down Control and select D and F. And now I notice that there's a disproportionate number of students of color who have Ds and Fs. This is not the same distribution as it is when I selected all of those letter grades. I'm going to uncheck those. And then now I'm just going to click on the A's and B's, and I see that those students, especially with A, those students are disproportionately white. And I didn't look at that gender distribution. I'm going to uncheck that. And I see that students with IEPs are about 35% female and 65% male. Almost twice as many students in the school with IEPs who are male than female. And again, if I select the DNF, I can see that the male and female distribution is the same as it was for all of those grades. So I'm noticing that students of color are needing more support than they are maybe receiving, but the male and female seems to be pretty proportional to what I would expect. Again, if we want to reset, just like all the other pages, there's that reset button in the top left. So I can click that and it takes me back to all of the students in the school. If I wanted to export this data, I can hover over the table, click on those three dots and choose export data. And that's it for this video.